Welcome to HURDCO International School online class for Grade 9 Economics. This video tutorial shall help you in understanding of cost of production. The cost for a firm can be largely divided into fixed and variable. Fixed as in something that does not change with the change in output we are producing. On the contrary, variable can be the per unit cost of production, and it increases as you go on producing more and more output. Thus, you can say fixed is the long run cost that is only incurred after a year or so, and variable is changing daily because these are the raw material or the labor costs that you need daily. Thus, total cost can be the summation of fixed and variable, and if one of these values is absent, you can always find the other by changing the sides. For example, if in a question total cost is 100 and variable cost is 50, you can always find out the value of fixed as in 100 minus 50. Average cost of production for a firm is the total cost divided by how many units it is producing. If you can relate from your mathematics, average is when the total value is divided by the units. In this diagram, we have plotted the three costs of production: fixed cost, variable, and total cost. You can see that the fixed cost is fixed at $5,000 throughout our production system. We are assuming we are in the short run where at least one of the costs, maybe it's the building or the machinery cost, is fixed. Whenever the farm starts producing, that is, after the quantity 0, the variable cost arrives. The moment it produces quantity 1, the variable cost is incurred. As it goes on producing 2, 3, 4, 5 units, the variable cost is increasing. You can see that the total cost is there at 5,000. That is, even when the farm is producing nothing at 0, there is a cost, and that is fixed cost. That means it has already purchased the building or perhaps the machinery. Thus, in the short run, when the farm is producing nothing, the total cost is just equivalent to fixed cost because there is no variable cost or there is no direct production cost. Thus, as the production starts, the total cost increases along with the variable cost, but with a difference of fixed cost, that is 5,000. At every unit of output, the total cost is equal to the cost of producing this particular unit. Say, for example, production cost of the 5th unit plus fixed cost, production cost of the 10th unit plus fixed cost. So the difference between total cost line and variable cost, you can see, is always same, always fixed. These two lines are parallel. Why? Because the difference between them, let's say x to z, is equivalent to 5,000, that is the fixed cost. As we were saying about the average cost of production, it is the total cost of production divided by the number of outputs produced. We believe we are in the short run for the firm up to unit 10. That is, up to unit 10, as I go on dividing total cost by output, the average is falling. Why? Because at least one of the costs, that is fixed cost, is fixed. Remember, fixed cost is the cost of building or machinery, which is huge. So when your numerator is almost fixed, that is a huge part of the cost is fixed, and you are going on dividing it by increasing and increasing amount of output 8, 9, 10, the average is likely to decline. Similarly, after 10th unit, when you face these economies of scale, the firm needs to purchase maybe another machinery or rent another building. Thus, there is a huge addition of fixed costs to its total cost. Thus, both the numerator and increasing output, that is denominator value, increases. And when the numerator is increasing by a huge quantity, the average cost of production for the firm increases back. This is where the firm is likely to have faced these economies of scale, if you can relate from economies of scale in the previous chapter. This gives a U shape to the average cost of production for the firm. Here is an example of question to expect from this chapter. Cocoa and sugar are used in factory to produce chocolate. What's the fixed cost in the production? Cocoa, electricity, rent, sugar. The answer is rent. Why? Because this is the building cost. And this does not vary on how much cocoa and sugar you are producing per day. More examples shall be given in Zoom classes. Stay connected and thank you for watching.